Time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, the Watchdog.
People moving out, people moving in. Why? Because of the color of their skin. Run, 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 but you sure can't hide. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Vote for me and I'll set you free. Rap on, brother, rap on. Well, the only person talking about love, now, brother, is the preacher. And it seems nobody's interested in learning but the teacher. Segregation, determination, demonstration, integration, aggravation, humiliation, obligation to my nation. Oh, yeah. That's what the world is today. Hey, hey. The sale of pills are at an all-time high. Your folks walking around with their heads in the sky. Cities aflame in the summertime. No, the beat goes on. Evolution, revolution, gun control the sound of soul. Shooting rockets to the moon, kids growing up too soon. Politicians say more taxes will solve everything. And the band played on.
And the band played on. We don't have a band here, but this is the revised version of Sonny and Cher. You like that, Lola?
Sure, Bill.
No, we don't want a revised version of Sonny and Cher because Sonny didn't treat Cher very well in life. She got the last say, though. They were very popular. We hope we're popular with you. And if we're not, we still like you to listen. We're going to get off, since it's a strange day for me. I was ready to leave real early, then it hit me. Wait a minute, I don't have to get in there till about maybe 11 o'clock or 11:30 or whatever, or 12 o'clock, because we have a 12 o'clock show for an hour. It's Coach Brown from West Virginia with his show. And, of course, coming up tonight, the Ryan Day Weekly Coaches Show on WVLY at 7 p.m. I've never talked to Coach Day. Don't really need to right now. But I talked to a guy that covers his football team, Steve Hellwagon. Steve, where are you right now? Are you in Columbus area, or are you on your way to Minnesota?
I'm in Columbus. I'll be flying up to Minneapolis tomorrow in preparation for Thursday's season opener at Huntington Bank Stadium there in Minneapolis. 50,000 people expected, and crowds will be back at football this year. So I think everyone's looking forward to the start of the new year.
Every Joe, Mike, Lola, Bill, we have the Ohio State Buckeyes maybe not losing a game. Of course, I think, where did I read a quote from your coach? Before we start thinking about predictions, we got to win the first game on the road. Could this be a trap game? Sometimes Minnesota plays lights-out football, and sometimes they stink.
Yeah, I think you're on to a good theme with this. Ohio State's last three losses in the Big Ten were all in road games at night. Penn State 2016, Iowa 2017, and Purdue in 2018. And they haven't lost a Big Ten game since that midseason loss at Purdue in 2018. So 2.5 seasons of undefeated Ohio State teams against Big Ten opponents. Ryan Day, the coach for going into his third year, is undefeated against Big Ten opponents. So this is not the time to change that trend. I think they are number 4 in the country, picked to win the Big Ten for the 5th straight year. And you do that by stacking one Big Ten win on top of another and get to the championship game. And it all begins Thursday night in Minnesota. They were a top 10 team 2 years ago.
Yeah,
finished 11-2, beat Auburn, beat Penn State up there at Minneapolis. But last year, just 3-4, had a lot of problems with COVID and illness and injuries and guys in and out of the lineup, and it was not as good a season last year. I think it's going to be closer to where it was for them a couple of years ago. So I do look at it as a good challenge for Ohio State to open the season on the road up there, night game on Thursday night.
Yeah, you and I are not coaches, so we don't do coaches speak, You talk to a coach.
No.
You know, in 4 weeks you're playing. Oh, well, we got to prepare for this one. You never know. So, but me and you can look at the schedule. I think it's not real easy, but I think it's competitive in some areas. But I could see a nice stretch of W after W after W, and it might come down to that last one of the year at Michigan.
Yeah, no doubt. Their schedule is not all that difficult. I looked at the top 20 teams and their path to get to the championship, and the hardest was LSU and Alabama and Indiana, curiously enough, were the top three out of the teams that are ranked in the top 20. And the easiest was Clemson down at number 20. They've got a real easy schedule, but Ohio State was more toward Clemson. And that's just because there's no top 10 team on this schedule. Oregon, I think, is number 11 or something like that, that they'll play after Minnesota. They don't play Wisconsin, Iowa, or there's another one out of the West that they don't play that's going to, Northwestern, which won the West last year. They don't play any of those three.
Wow.
In the crossover games from the Big Ten, they play Minnesota, Nebraska, and Purdue, I believe. So
Purdue,
they play
yep.
three of the lower ones, and no one in their division has really picked all that high. Penn State around 15, Indiana around 18. Michigan got a few votes, but they're not in the top 25, and then nobody else in their division, Maryland, Rutgers, and Michigan State, is any good at all. So there are a number of games where Ohio State wins just by showing up this year, and probably 7 of those if I had to count them. And then this one here at the beginning, Minnesota, and then Oregon, probably a little tougher than that.
Your toughest, I think your tough ones are at home, right? Penn State at home.
Yeah,
Michigan
Penn
State,
at
they
home.
kind of stink, but that's at home. Maryland's at home. You never know with the Terrapins. You should wallop Akron, Tulsa, and although Oregon's a top 20 team, you play them at home.
Yeah, they're coming out to play Ohio State next Saturday, the 11th. The one game that kind of sticks out like a sore thumb is at Indiana, and that's the team that finished right with them in the division last year. I think it's 42-35 or something like that was the final score. It was a heck of a game last year. Ohio State was actually up 35-7, and Indiana made a huge comeback to make it interesting. So they get Ohio State on their turf this year out there with their quarterback, Penix, who did a great job against Ohio State last year, and they're going to be gunning to try and knock the Buckeyes off. But again, a lot of football will be played before they go out to Bloomington. I think that's late October, so a lot of important games between now and then.
And then guiding the offense is what, a freshman quarterback, C.J. Stroud?
Yeah, redshirt freshman. He was with the team last year, got into 3 or 4 games as a backup last year, had a long touchdown run when they played Michigan State in relief of Justin Fields, but never threw a pass. Curiously enough, in a game last year, they were always out of control when he got in. And so his first pass will probably come on the first play on Thursday night up at Minnesota. My guess for the first play call of the year, Bill, is a little swing pass to get him acclimated, get his feet wet, a little screen pass, maybe a bubble screen, something that he's going to complete, and get a good feeling out of that, and then go from there. But that would be my way of easing him into the spotlight, no doubt.
I was a big fan. I forgot his name now. Garrett Wilson. He comes back,
Yeah.
right? He had
Wilson.
He had 6 TDs, 723 or 733 yards last year.
Yeah, well, Wilson and Olave are both back. Chris Olave is a senior. He was first team preseason Associated Press All-American, and Garrett Wilson was second team preseason AP All-American. So you've got 2 of the top 4 wide receivers in the country on your team with a young quarterback. The thing that's good, Bill, is, yes, the quarterback is new and really hasn't done much. The other 10 guys on offense all have starting experience if they weren't full-time starters, and most of them are at or near the top of their position group in the country. So you look at it, if the other 10 guys just do their job and make life so much easier on the quarterback, all he has to do is be the distributor and not turn it over and get out of the way, and let the stars take over and dominate the game. So that's what they're looking for the quarterback.
Who was the tackle that said no to the NFL and decided to come back? Maslin.
That was Thayer Munford. He came back. He'll be a 5th-year player, taking advantage of an extra year of eligibility that all the guys were afforded if they wanted. because last year was such a mess with COVID. The NCAA said it doesn't count as a year of eligibility. So he is back as a fifth-year senior. His scholarship, it's paid for by the school, but doesn't count under the scholarship total of 85. Only the guys who are in their first 4 years have that. So he's an extra player. Ohio State's got about 6 of those guys above the 85 limit. That'll be on the roster this year. And he is actually moving to guard. He made a promise to DeJuan Jones, who is a 360-pound offensive lineman. He said, if you earn a tackle spot, I will give you my spot, and I will move to guard. And the coaches were like, heck yeah, let's do that. And looks like that's how it'll open up on Thursday night. So that's kind of an interesting story.
Your defensive line is led by a senior who had, 20 tackles, Haskell Garrett, but it's still a veteran group.
Yeah, Garrett was a first-team AP preseason All-American. He'll have Teron Vincent beside him at defensive tackle. And then the defensive ends, you've got a bunch of guys. Zach Harrison, Tyreek Smith, and Javante Jean-Baptiste are all the veterans. And then 2 hotshot freshmen, both in the top 5 prospects in the country in high school football this past year. Jack Sawyer from Pickerington, Ohio, and J.T. Tuamoloau from Seattle, Washington. Those 2 guys were like the number 2 and number 3 prospects in the country, and they picked Ohio State, and they're itching to get their chance to get in there too. So look for them to rotate those young freshmen in there as well.
I'm just assuming, and sometimes I represent the first 3 letters of that word, but I'm just assuming, okay, looking at the roster, linebacker could be your only weakness because you lost, 2 or 3 real good guys.
Yeah, their top 4 guys at linebacker were all seniors, and they're all gone. That was Hilliard, Borland, Tough Borland, Pete Werner, Justin Hilliard, and Baron Browning were those guys. They're gone. They've got a guy who's kind of risen up to Raja Mitchell, who was voted a team captain. They must have a lot of belief in him. He's a rising senior. And then after that, you've got 4 or 5 guys who will be rotating in and out, and they'll go with whoever the most effective are. A real promising young kid, Cody Simon, a sophomore, he's probably in that group. So really interested in seeing how that group all comes together when the season kicks off Thursday night.
The kid, I guess he was a transfer from Trojan Land, USC. Did he get cleared? Is he eligible to play this year?
They are still waiting on final word on that. Poly EA Nate Ote.
Oh, yeah, you could say it again. I'm not.
Poly EA Nate Ote. Not easy to pronounce.
No.
From USC. There's a problem with his credit hours of some sort with his transfer. We don't know all the ins and outs, but he's not eligible currently, hoping to get a waiver from the NCAA. It's believed that he missed some class time in 2020 due to COVID, and that may be why he's not maybe what he needs. But hopefully the NCAA will look at it as a hardship situation and grant it, and he'll be eligible and can add some depth there at linebacker.
Is he a good one? Well, he played at SC, so I don't know.
Yeah, he started as a freshman, and then he had some injuries the last year or 2 that kind of held him back. But I think when he's been healthy, he's been a good one. So he would definitely be another body to throw in there, no doubt.
All right. Well, you got to get off to that good start. And I know for a fact Minnesota can play very well, especially. That's indoors, right? Isn't that indoors?
No. They actually, the university constructed their own stadium in 2009.
Oh, I thought
they played at the Metrodome. Yeah, they played at the Metrodome for about 25 years, from probably 1982 until 2008, something like that. Then they had their own stadium. It was called TCF Bank Stadium, and then Huntington Bank bought TCF Bank and put their name on it. So this is the first year it's going to be called Huntington Bank Stadium, and that's different than I think the Vikings play at US Bank Stadium, the big indoor dome that they have that replaced the Metrodome. So, yeah, they have 2 big football stadiums there in Minneapolis, one for the pros and one on campus for University of Minnesota. It's made for a much better environment there. 50,000 people is about the sweet spot for them for football. It sells out, and they have a hearty following, no doubt about it.
Yeah, well, I remember the Metrodome traveling with the Steelers. maybe the second worst surface in the world, like a cement floor.
Yeah.
The worst was the
Yeah.
Astrodome. Ask Earl Campbell how hard that surface was. But the
Yeah,
surface
it
of
was,
Metrodome was awful. Awful. It was like
yeah,
a sidewalk.
Terry Glenn, who was an outstanding wide receiver for Ohio State in 1995, he won the Bolitnikoff Award that year. He caught a deep pass down the middle and dove for it and landed on his shoulder, and it knocked him out for the next game. He injured his shoulder because he landed so hard on the AstroTurf. If that was on grass, it wouldn't have been an issue. But on that, it was basically likened to a parking lot.
Yeah.
That's how all the old stadiums, Three Rivers, Riverfront, they had. It was not a spongy surface, at least for the first iteration. It was a hard carpet surface, and then they eventually put some padding under some of those, and now you've got the field turf.
Yeah, but
It has a little bit more.
I remember walking pregame. Back then we were allowed to be on the field or whatever, and I said, "Oh my goodness, these guys are going to play on there? You're not going to be playing on this thing." Same with the Astrodome, harder than cement it seemed. I mean, didn't anybody think you could hurt the players? You could wear them down, take a few years off of their lifespan? I guess not. Maybe it was cheap to put that stuff in. I don't know.
Yeah, cheap, and you didn't have to pay to mow it and grow it and maintain it.
Well, like Bill Lee, remember the flaky reliever for the Red Sox? He said if
Fake
cows,
fan.
first time he was on artificial surface, he said if cows can't eat it, I won't pitch on it. He was a classic. You're not surprised that Nebraska took it on the chin on opening night, are you?
No, and you know what was awful was they just looked terribly coached, and this is Frost's fourth year, whatever it is, at Nebraska, and he really needed to come out of the gate strong with a win in that game. They have a guy fielding a punt at the goal line, and it ends up as a safety. They're trying to run the clock out before halftime at midfield and throw a pick six, and ultimately lose the game by a touchdown. And you can't beat good teams on the road, let alone, you go and you play Illinois. I'm not saying they're necessarily a good team, but you can't go on the road in a conference game and expect to win if you make terrible game-changing mistakes like that. I think those things came back to coaching. So this is a total indictment of what Frost was trying to do at Nebraska. And then the flip side is here's Bielema, who won 3 Big Ten championships at Wisconsin a decade ago, went off to Arkansas, chased the money at Arkansas, has been an NFL assistant with the Patriots and the Giants, and gets back into college football and upsets Nebraska, which was a touchdown favorite in his first game at Illinois. And now that sets them up. If they just win the games they're supposed to win, they could be in a bowl game this first year, and they've been terrible for a decade.
I can't remember last time.
It's crazy the way things go. Nebraska's going to have to hustle now to make a bowl, probably, because they got some tough games. They play Ohio State later on. Ohio State has just dominated them. They beat them by 40 points, I think, 2 years in a row now. So, that's real deflating when you have that happen, obviously.
Well, too. How much you think Akron was paid to play the game at Buckeye Stadium? Expenses?
I think the guarantees for those type games have actually crept up. They're now getting about $1.2 million or something like that to play those games. Well, when Ohio State opens the gates, it's a $10 million gate. When you think about they're charging $100 for tickets.
What?
And there's 100,000.
Even a cheap ticket?
Yes, it's very expensive. The tickets, you can still get a ticket for the Oregon game on the 11th. So Ohio State still has some at $160 face value. I know it's sticker shock when you hear those prices, but there are people that will write the check for the season ticket and not even flinch, So what can you do? But I think what we're going to see, Bill, and I think there were still some tickets for this Minnesota game and the Oregon game, one away and one at home, still available. I think there are people, because of COVID, that are just a little bit wary about being out in these big stadiums with a lot of people, and we may not see sellouts necessarily this year. It'll be close, maybe 90% capacity or something like that, but there are tickets available for these games. If you absolutely want to go and have the money, now's the time to go, because it'll probably change again in the future. We'll probably get back to where we were here in a year or two.
Well, I was thinking maybe I'll take Lola to see Michigan State when they play at Ohio
There
State.
you go.
But with the price of ticket, I'll just tell her we're not going, but I'll buy you a couple of cases of beer.
Yeah, HDTV has proven to be a really nice place to watch the games.
Big screen,
eat your
bathrooms
own
nearby.
food,
Yep.
drink your own beer, and go to your own bathroom. You don't, and that's the thing. I mean, the parking and the traffic trying to get to some of these places, and walking a half mile to get to the game, and then being herded like cattle into the stadium and everything else. And the guy next to you is taking half your seat up, and there's a lot of inconvenience anymore going to the games. But for a lot of people, they just can't be without that live game experience.
Well,
so,
it's a good diversion, too. A good diversion with what's happening in the world. Hey, how about Pitt? They have UMass and New Hampshire.
That's a good way to ease into your season if you want to make a bowl game. And again, I think the ACC is wide open. After Clemson and North Carolina and maybe Miami, I think everybody else, you could just throw them into a pot and pull the names out week to week on who's going to win, because I think Boston College is a team that's a little under the radar up there, and I have never committed the ACC divisions to memory. So I know there's an Atlantic and a Coastal, but it's not like East and West in the SEC and the Big Ten where it's pretty simple to remember it. But hopefully Pitt will have a good year. I think they need a winner up there just as well, and if they can have a good year, that'll be a lot of fun.
And if Pickett throws a lot of touchdown passes against UMass and New Hampshire, I can see it now. Heisman Trophy candidate. He could throw 9 or 10 touchdown passes against those two teams. And they'll want to chalk up the scoreboard.
Yeah, UMass is always down toward the bottom of Division I. They're kind of like UConn. They just have never found a niche for football, and they have to barnstorm and play games wherever they can get them, those independents. But
but they'll beat you in hockey. They'll beat you in hockey.
Yeah.
Right.
That's interesting.
The Minutemen. Okay, I got about a minute before I take a break. I just want to thank you. I called you at the last second because I'm looking at my schedule. I said, maybe he doesn't want to talk on game day. So I had an alternative, today or game day. I'll let you relax on game day. How's that sound?
I'll get a good nap in before heading over to the stadium. That'll be great.
All right. Thank you, man. Have fun.
All right, Bill. Take care.
Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of coaches don't like to talk on game day. Well, a lot of reporters especially, but that's why I check in with all my guys. What do you want to do today? What do you want to do tomorrow? But tomorrow is Wednesday, and I won't be around. But Steve has always been accommodating. I'm wondering who introduced me to Steve. Oh, I think it was somebody at Penn State. Yeah, one of the announcers, Jones, who I've known for years, and I forgot his first name, said, you ought to call this guy. He's got this Buckeye, whatever it is, podcast. He's real good. He travels with the team sometimes. And, Steve is 24/7 Buckeye sports. He's also very good with the basketball team that's been very competitive of late. So hopefully he has fun in Minnesota, all right? And I thought they were still playing indoors. See, I learned something today, all right? I know one thing. Wine and Cheese is coming up. And Janet from Valley Cheese will be the host and co-host, and she's going to talk about what she left here yesterday. I got the menu and everything. Boxed lunches now, which is a great deal, and lots of food. More to come in the next segment of the Variety Show with Bill and Lola.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News. I'm Chris Lawrence. Rain from Ida is headed our way, and the National Weather Service says it's going to be strong. It's still not completely clear where the worst will hit, but meteorologist Tom Mazza with the National Weather Service in Charleston says it will be widespread, and the focus seems to be on central and northern West Virginia.
Most precipitation is going to be across the northern portions of the state. Southern portions of the state are going to get 2 to 4 inches, and then up north it's more like let's call it 3.5 to 4.5, and it's a widespread.
Flood watches go into effect statewide at 2 this afternoon. Some will quickly transition to flood warnings as that water comes. Huntington Mayor Steve Williams hoping the heavy rain will miss his city today after last night's rain caused street flooding there, and he says the city's infrastructure just couldn't handle it.
When it was built 80 years ago, most of it was, once again, combination sewers, not storm sewers that let the water flow towards the river or anything. It was built 80 years ago, where environmental concerns weren't present.
Up to 5 inches of rain fell in some parts of Huntington Monday. Just more than 1,000 new cases of COVID-19 today. New numbers from the DHHR showing hospitalizations are nearing the 700 mark. A full look at the report at WVMetroNews.com. The lottery has a news conference next hour to announce a new $1 million Powerball winner. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. Wood County School Board has voted 3-2 to implement a mask policy. That Monday vote reverses an earlier decision by the board that recommended masks rather than required them, but the new policy, according to Superintendent Will Hassefluke, will depend on the DHHR's color-coded county alert map. He said masks will be required of all students, staff, and visitors while indoors or on a bus in Wood County if Wood County is orange or red. Again, stay tuned to Metro News for the very latest on the impact of Ida on the Mountain State. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog. I'm John Thayer. The NFL Players Association has accepted the NFL's proposal to increase COVID-19 testing for fully vaccinated players amid the ongoing Delta variant surge. Fully vaccinated players will now be tested at least once every 7 days, up from once every 14 days. They will be offered the option of testing twice a week, and those with vulnerable cohabitants at home can opt for daily testing according to the protocols. The PGA Tour is preparing for the Tour Championship, which gets underway on Thursday at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta. The top 30 players from the season-long FedEx Cup standings are all that remain for the tournament. The defending champion is Dustin Johnson. Download the Score app today, lightning-fast sports alerts, so you never miss a thing. I'm John Thayer with the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog.
Tired of waking up hot and uncomfortable? Start sleeping cool on the Tempur-Breeze by Tempur-Pedic. It's engineered with a revolutionary cooling system that pulls excess heat away from your body to help you sleep deeper all night and wake up more refreshed every morning. The Tempur-Pedic Summer of Sleep ends soon. Don't miss our best offer of the year and your chance to get your best sleep of the summer. All Tempur-Pedic mattresses are on sale with savings up to $700 on adjustable mattress sets. Learn more at TempurPedic.com.
It's Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event with an extra 30% off top designer looks to take you from summer to fall when you use your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, get your beauty fix with 15% off this season's must-have fragrances, skincare, makeup, and more. And get it faster when you pick curbside or in-store. Or try same-day delivery powered by DoorDash right now at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Washington County's largest gun show is back on Saturday and Sunday, September 25th and 26th, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Admission is only $7. Kids under 12 get in free with an adult. Everyone is welcome. They offer free appraisals and have great prices on all types of firearms, modern, military, and antique. They have over 450 tables, and the food's pretty good too. They have all these tables with cash buyers on site for your used guns. Visit arhsportshop.com or you can give them a call, 724-948-3571. That's 724-948-3571 for more information. That's the Washington County Gun Show presented by ARH Sports Shop, September 25th and 26th.
New Belgium Fat Tire Amber Ale is now available in West Virginia and distributed locally by wine and beverage merchants. With its toasty and biscuit-like malt flavors blended perfectly with hoppy freshness, it's bound to become one of your new favorite craft beers. Fat Tire Amber Ale is now available at local retailers. Please don't drink and drive and drink responsibly. From your friends at Wine and Beverage Merchants.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
CA House Music has all the gear to make your music legendary. With all the best gear, including Fender, Epiphone, Yamaha, and more, CA House will have you rocking in no time. Get the most for your money with everyday low prices. And we meet or beat internet pricing. Play before you buy and let our product specialists help you pick out the instrument that's right for you. CA House Music, supporting local musicians since 1872. Play music for life.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube voted Best Wings USA.
Are you or your loved ones facing a serious legal battle? The law office of Paul Harris wants you to know you aren't alone. Do you need someone that's not afraid to go to trial and fight for your rights? Attorney Paul Harris and his team are willing to go where most firms are not. The courtroom. With a successful track record in civil litigation, criminal defense, including tax issues and healthcare fraud, Harris Law Office will fight for their clients by offering the most aggressive representation in and out of court. Call Paul Harris at Harris Law Office for a free consultation. 304-232-5300.
Hi, it's Hoppy Kercheval inviting you to join me weekdays, 10 till noon for Statewide Talk Line. We talk about the big stories affecting us in West Virginia. We talk with top political figures, sports personalities, and sometimes just us folks talking, all offering our opinions on what's happening today. 10 till noon, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
And we're back. No in-studio guest today. Corey's away on a wine trip. Janet's busy at the shop, but she left Lola and yours truly some goodies, which I immediately put it away, and I was very surprised because it's something new. Boxed lunch menu. Oh, and who's responsible for this? And I'll explain exactly what was in my big bag of goodies. Janet, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Hey, what a great idea.
I know. We've been selling these for quite a while.
I didn't know that. Why do you keep secrets away from me?
I don't know. And, I just thought of that the other day because I knew I wasn't going to be there, and I dropped stuff off to you guys yesterday. Were you able to wait to eat it today, or did you eat it yesterday?
I cannot tell a lie.
Okay.
I ate it last night for dinner.
Well, good. They're irresistible. It's a good, hearty meal, isn't it?
Well, what I did eat today, this morning, the bowl of fruit, I put it in my cereal, my oatmeal.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
The blueberries and raspberries, everything in it. Yep.
Yeah, I should do that more often. I have the box lunch menu in front of me with my name and a smile. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's $8, and a sandwich you can choose. You chose for me, and I'm going to read it. Rye, ham, cheese, Swiss cheese. And then I had you choose from the following toppings: lettuce and tomato, which I enjoyed, and the honey mustard, which was good.
I know, that's the best.
And mayo, and the fruit salad, which I use on my cereal. And then the drink was Coke, which I shouldn't have had, but that's okay. And then the Lay's potato chip, a nice small bag, just more than a mouthful, which was good. And I could have chosen a dressing for salad. Did you have dressing in there?
Well, no, I chose to give you guys a fruit salad instead of a tossed salad because I seem to bring you Greek salads a lot. So
okay, yeah, very good.
The fruit salad with our homemade fruit dip is the best.
And,
for $8, you get a sandwich, a side, a soda or a water, a chip. I mean, that's for $8. You can't beat that.
Yeah, there's some place you get $8 just for a sandwich. Not even that much. Oh, more than that anymore.
Now you can use these for like Teachers Appreciation Day or Employee Appreciation. Just, if you want to spread the love in the neighborhood, just throw a couple box lunches on the neighbor's porch, and you just can't beat it for $8. It's
No,
great.
you can't. And I'm holding a bottle of wine. Did you know what was in the bag?
I did. That was the Electra Moscato, wasn't it?
Yeah, wait a minute. I got it. There. Boy, that looks good on Facebook. Yeah. Everything I had goes with this wine. Now, I don't know what Lola had, but Lola, what'd you have yesterday?
I had ham and Colby cheese, turkey and Colby cheese on white, and Janet knows I like white mushy bread.
Yes, you do.
With lettuce and tomato, mayonnaise, honey mustard, of course, my favorite, Janet knows this too. Fruit salad with that dip. I got to have the dip with it.
Oh, yeah.
And
I have you marked down for a fruit dip and a vegetable dip for Friday.
good, good. I'll be down Friday morning to pick it
Wonderful.
That dip I had with my fruit salad, what was that? It was so good. Matter of fact,
That's our homemade fruit dip. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
There was some left in the cup, and I took my little finger and swirled around, make sure I didn't miss any.
Right.
Yeah, we do that at home. We do that at home.
Yeah, it's really good. It's got like brown sugar and maple syrup in it, and cream cheese, sour cream. It's just amazing.
All right, let's talk about
It's a
this.
really great recipe.
Let's talk about this beautiful bottle of wine, which is almost half empty.
Now, Amanda gave that to me. You know, Corey was out of town.
Ooh,
And
she's
she
got
asked
good
what-
taste.
She asked what you guys would prefer, so that's what I chose for you. And I know that's one of my favorites.
Electra Moscato. Beautiful bottle. The wine's great. Low alcohol. Delicious, sweet wine. I think it'd go with everything. Almost anything, right?
It really would, especially with that fruit salad I gave you guys.
Yep. It's the ideal picnic wine. You know, people are still going to be picnicking around Labor Day and all that, but...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everyone's apple trees are probably getting ripe, too, and peaches. I mean, that wine would go great with that, and some Gouda cheese.
Oh, don't do this to us.
Mhm.
A salad, spicy food, fruit, dessert, holiday parties, blue skies and fresh air, and this wine. Wow. And you've got to serve it chilled, but that's okay. This was chilled. It's good. I'm trying to look at the alcohol content.
Doesn't
4.5
matter.
4.5.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. California Moscato.
Right,
Okay.
it tastes good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually having a California Cabernet without you guys today.
That's okay. We're having this without you.
That's true.
How's that?
Well, I feel like a housewife today, you know, laundry, dishes, you know, all that fun stuff.
I thought you were taking the day off.
Well, you can't really do anything with all this rain. You know, I hope everybody stays safe the next few days. It sounds like it's going to get pretty nasty.
Yeah.
But Valley Cheese is still open regardless. You know, I always say rain, sleet, or snow, we're always open. We're there.
And they know where to go. That rhymes with what
Yeah.
you just said. Okay. This
Right.
box lunch menu. So people should call 304-232-0882 in advance so you can put them together, especially if there's quite a few box lunches for entertaining purposes or whatever. Or, you know, just bounce down there and say, hey, I need a box lunch menu. And while you're waiting, enjoy some cheese, you got everything. You got
Well, that
everything.
particular menu is not on our website, though, so all they have to do is call, and I can fax or email it to you. You can run off a bunch of copies, you know, have the teachers and the principals and the athletic directors, everybody in the school even fill out one of those.
Yeah, next time I'm going to try salami. What kind of salami? Genoa?
No, it's just a Walnut Creek hard salami. Of course, it's Amish country. I don't sell the Genoa salami for some reason, but that hard salami is the best. When I try to send an imposter out, people notice that it's different.
Yeah, maybe I'll put a slice or two of hot pepper cheese. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and well, when it's nice, you get to choose what you like. It's not just a bunch of stuff that's hard cookies and and some of those lunches that you get, like a chicken salad kit from the store or whatever. I mean, we could even do that, like chicken salad. That's not listed on there, but, you know, if you have a personal preference. We do this for the Smart Center, which is up on the corner where Dad's Sweet Tooth used to be.
Okay.
In Center Market for, like, the children. And a lot of them don't want to eat meat. They just want a cheese sandwich. You know, we're happy to just make everyone.
You know, the
What
sandwich,
they want.
and I got a big mouth. I could barely fit the sandwich in my mouth, one bite at a time, because it's almost like a salad. Big old tomato, lettuce, you know, to go along with the rye bread and the ham and the Swiss. I mean, it's a filler up. When you eat one of those, like last night, I was full. So I left the fruit salad for breakfast. So I got 2 meals out of that bag.
Mm-hmm.
You know? What are you going to come up with next?
I don't know. We're just rolling right along, I guess. The holidays are coming so fast. You know, the gift baskets and everything. I'm working on putting together a gift basket order form so it's easier for people. I could just hand them a paper and they can kind of take a look at what they want to spend and what they might want to put in it. You know, perishable, non-perishable. You know, just a long list of things: mustards, jams, crackers. You know, different cheeses, whatever.
Yeah. By the way, that horseradish cheese, that didn't last very long.
No, that stuff's really
I
good.
was the only one to eat the whole thing, like in one evening with those crackers you gave me.
Now, we actually have a horseradish cheese that's a sliceable one, a regular and a smoked. Those are really good ones. We sell a lot of both of those. Smoked horseradish. Yeah, I'll have to bring you some of that.
So people
We'll have to have a smoked cheese day. Smoked Gouda, smoked hot pepper, smoked Swiss, smoked Gouda, smoked horseradish. You know, I have a lot of them.
Yeah. And we could smoke something else if you want, but whatever.
Corey will have to supply that. I can't do that part.
Smoked Merlot. Okay, whatever. This wine is tremendous. It's tremendous. Football started last weekend, so, you know, people can call in for trays. And you got those huge footballs, right?
Yeah, the pepperoni pizza, cheese balls, football cheese balls.
Now, the small one will feed what, about 8?
8 to 10 people.
Okay.
The larger one would be like 15 to 20.
Okay. Take that to the parking lot, huh? Yeah.
And then we have the crackers and everything, pretzels even, if you want to just dip pretzels in your cheese ball. We have all that on hand also, tortilla chips, things like that. So, one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. We could make a commercial out of that. Stop and go at Valley Cheese. I don't think there are any more stop and go restaurants.
Only cost you $0.25 for the parking meter.
Yeah, 50 minutes.
Saturdays.
That's the best deal around.
Saturdays and Sundays are free parking.
Yeah, I just got a ticket in Washington. I just went across the street from my parking meter where I parked. I said, I got to go pay my newspaper bill. Well, the girl couldn't find my record because she had the wrong phone number. I'm not there 5-10 minutes. I walk out. There's that sticker on my car. $15. 24 hours, it's 20. Oh, you don't want to get a ticket in Pittsburgh, sweetie. There's just no way you want a ticket in Pittsburgh. So, whatever. But yeah, I tell people that. Well, where do you park? There's parking. You don't have to park in Cleveland to save a dime. You put $0.25 in the meter, and you got 50 minutes. You can do a lot of shopping in 50 minutes in Center Market. Did I miss anything?
Yes, you can. Friday night is our Center Market event. It's first Friday. We have Zane Run on the street from 8 to 11. Hopefully it's not a rain out, which it sounds like it's going to clear up by then. But, you know, summer's at a close. You know, we're ready to have the outdoor events, and we're going to plan a October, not really a festival, just a fall fest, I guess. Yeah. It'll be a Saturday. I believe it's September 11th. I'm not sure what the details are on that yet. But it'll be a Saturday during the daytime.
Never a dull moment in Center Market, right?
Right, I know. There's always something to do. Many shops to shop from.
Oh, yeah. Never disappointed. And that's, it took me, a year or two to realize that's one of the best kept secrets around.
It is.
And I let all my friends know for years. You know, they don't go to the Strip District. Well, it's a little bit south side. It's a little bit dangerous now in the evenings, you know. Come on over to West Virginia, cross the line. You know, people, especially in Washington County, you know, it's easier to go to Wheeling than it is Pittsburgh, because if you think the roads are bad now, you ought to try and get through the tunnels in Pittsburgh. So, yeah, it's a little bit crazy.
The construction in downtown Wheeling's a little aggravating, but everybody seems to be semi-patient so far.
We all know, and Frank O'Brien tells me, you get mad real quickly, don't you, Bill? I goes, yeah. You rant, yeah. Well, wait till you see when all this is completed and the city looks really good. I like the way the tunnels have, you know, when you exit the tunnels or you go into all that new construction, it looks really good. And if Main Street's going to look good down the road, well, even if it doesn't, there's nothing I can do. It's just, you know, I got to be patient.
They sure are working hard at it, that's for sure.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And things will get better, you know. I just want to make sure we get to have all these concerts and everything down the road and don't have to worry about that swear word, COVID. You know what I mean?
Right, I know.
And things could be bad. I got friends in New Orleans. I got one friend, he doesn't have a house anymore. It like blew away. You know, and a friend of mine that works at Louisiana Tech in Shreveport, almost the whole town is like destroyed. We're talking about billions and billions.
I can't even imagine. What we're getting from Hurricane Ida is definitely minor compared to what they had to deal with.
And then they've shut down the pipelines. They've shut down some of the pipelines. I wondered why my gas overnight went up 12 cents a gallon. Didn't take them long to raise the price, although it's probably
not
the same
really.
Yeah, whatever. There's nothing like good food and good wine, and I know where to go.
That's right, Center Market.
Yeah. I'm not going to save you any of this wine. I'm going to give it to Lola. She'll share it, I hope, with Linda. So, will Linda drink this, Lola Moscato?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Linda will drink it.
Yeah. Will there be any left for her to drink?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm done. So you can have all that. How's that?
All right.
I like that. I love these labels, Janet. We didn't have labels like this. They were plain labels, you know. Mouton
The
Cadet.
label is very attractive, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
colorful.
yeah. I like that. I like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Let me put it up there one more time, and then I'll hand it over to Lola, because she's already gone through one glass. There you go, folks.
No one's there to pour for you guys today. I'm sure it's difficult.
Well, I poured for her.
Yes,
well, good.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
And I filled her glass up, because a half a glass lasted 2 swallows, you know? Plus, when I took a taste of it, I goes, oh, she's going to love this.
Oh,
And
it's so sweet and savory. Of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You probably don't know. What is this, about 12 or 13 bucks?
It is probably around there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 15 at the most.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. I haven't had a bad bottle of Moscato there yet. I'm waiting to tell Corey I don't like that, but Corey always knows what we like. And, of course, at the top of the list, he knows what Lola likes, okay?
She likes her sours. How did you like
ugh.
that can last week? Did you try it?
Not yet.
Lola?
Because that stuff is really potent, and
It
that's a
is.
big can. So because I'm trying to get ready for vacation, so I've been doing a lot of laundry and, that organizing. And I thought, if I get looped, then nothing's going to get done,
Right.
So,
When do you leave? Next week, Lola? Or the week after?
no, I leave Saturday.
Oh, okay. So guess what, Janet? It'll probably be me, you, and Corey. We'll really have fun.
Whoa, that'll be okay.
Yeah, we don't have to share anything with her.
I think things will calm down a little bit next week after Labor Day.
Yeah, Labor Day's what, Monday?
It is.
I think so, yeah. Are you open?
No, we're not open on Labor Day. It's very nice. I live for those little holidays.
Yeah, they help. They help. Because the next one's what, Thanksgiving?
Ooh.
Or my birthday. But nobody cares about my birthday. I forget how old I am, so I got to look at my driver's license. Well, young lady, this is a hit. #1 on the billboard. Valley Cheese, 2200 Market Street, Center Market House. Visit them. You won't meet a better group of business people, man and woman, than Corey, than Janet. If you got a question on wine, Corey will talk your head off. If you have a question on cheese and stuff, well, you can try samples, and Janet will tell you what you may like or not like. I don't think there's anything there she's going to say you won't like this, because I haven't been disappointed in the 5 years or so that I've known her, so. Yeah. Okay, I love the box lunch menu. Hey,
all right.
If the boss is giving you a hard time out there, get him a box lunch, or her, okay? You want to treat somebody on a birthday and you don't know what to get? A box lunch, and maybe get cake, and maybe some wine, okay? But it's a great thing, just even think about spoiling yourself. Because I was spoiled when I started to eat this. I go, this is unbelievable. It's like a dinner. And then I had my fruit salad, which I had for breakfast with my oatmeal. 2 for the price of 1, right, Janet?
That's right. And it's very affordable and COVID safe also.
Yeah, $8 is very
You don't really
reasonable.
want a sandwich platter anymore that people are touching.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be safe.
Yeah, box
That's
lunch
for sure.
bag. Yeah, that'll be cool. I was wondering what you were bringing when you were delivering, like, lunch bags and stuff. Goes,
I know,
What
on a
the hell
Monday.
is that? Yeah, on a Monday.
What are we getting on a Monday?
Yeah, that's what I thought, I thought maybe it was Lola's birthday or something, or
Well,
celebrating.
I do that more often on an off day, not a Tuesday all the time.
Yeah, maybe it's because she was celebrating year number 11 with me. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations. That's hard.
yeah. What do you mean? It's been hard on me. No. I can't believe it's been 11 years. And when did I meet you guys? About 6 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the animal shelter wine tasting, yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's when I tried that chocolate cheese, right?
Right.
Yeah, and then you gave me a card, and from there we got together and had a nice deal for all three of us, the radio station and you and Corey.
That is right, definitely.
Information is everything, right? All right. Hey, Janet, are you at the store? No. Oh.
No,
okay.
I'm at home.
You're doing laundry?
I took the day off. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I got
Laundry's
laundry in my
different.
car. You want me to come down and drop it off?
No.
Okay.
I did enough for everybody today.
Hey, thank you for thinking of us, and we always
Thank
think of you and always mention you and Corey, because you guys, we really like you because, you're mom and pop. You take care of the customers, because if you take care of the customers in the long run, they take care of you.
That's right, and we work hard at it, that's for sure.
Oh, yes, you do. Hey, we'll talk to you next week.
All right, everyone stay safe.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
What a great idea this is. You know, I was looking at this last night while I was eating. I said, wow, I got all of that for $8? $8? I got plastic forks and stuff, a ton of napkins, all kinds of sauces. Wow. All right. When we come back, I know I got somebody coming. At 2 o'clock. John Wayner. He's upset, Pirate announcer, because his good friend got fired yesterday. They fired a hitting coach. They're doing that so they can serve the public something. His head on a platter. Look what we're doing. We're not hitting very well, so we're going to fire the coach. Bad move. Wayner and I will talk about that after the break.
Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. President Biden's to talk to the nation in the next hours, thanking commanders and military service members who executed the evacuation mission in Kabul. A group of Republican lawmakers are criticizing the withdrawal.
Never in my lifetime would I ever believe America would have an administration knowingly make a decision to leave Americans behind.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy blasting the Biden administration, saying they're following the Taliban's timeline instead of the U.S. government.
Just 2 weeks ago, the president promised this nation that he would not leave until every single American was out.
Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
The Trump administration last year negotiated the withdrawal agreement with the Taliban without the Afghan government. That set a May 1st deadline for the U.S. to be out. President Biden changed that to August 31st. Power's out in Louisiana. Gasoline's in short supply after Hurricane Ida. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards.
This storm was every bit as advertised, and the damage that we have seen here and that they're dealing with is just catastrophic.
The utility Entergy in the past hour saying it's restored power to 85,000 customers, tells the New Orleans City Council some electricity may be restored tomorrow in the city. Fake cards could lead to the can.
On Instagram, Jasmine Clifford called herself Anti-Vax Mama. She charged $200 for a forged CDC COVID-19 vaccination card and found 250 buyers. For an extra fee, prosecutors said co-defendant Nadeza Barkley, who worked at a medical clinic, would enter a buyer's name into the New York State immunization database. 13 people who bought the phony cards were also charged. Some are essential workers who need to prove to their employer they're vaccinated. Manhattan District Attorney Cy Vance called on Facebook and other social media companies to prevent the fraud happening on their platforms. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
You're listening to ABC News.
Deb's constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating kept giving her grief. She talked to her doctor to get some relief. Turns out Deb had irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, which was a start. Saying yes to Linzess helped her do her part.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Gasoline could get more expensive, but the reason is temporary, says ABC's Sherry Preston.
Hurricane Ida stopped virtually all of the oil production from the Gulf of Mexico. Now officials at refineries and oil rigs are assessing the damage. Experts at Gas Buddy think it could add between 5 and 15 cents a gallon over the next few days.
Wildfires have forced the closure of all of California's national forests into mid-September. At the same time, the Big Caldor Fire near Lake Tahoe has grown to more than 177,000 acres, thousands heading to safer ground. There are 17 California wildfires and extreme drought and heavy winds.
Israel widens eligibility for COVID booster shots.
Israel becoming the first country to offer and now administer a third booster vac to all citizens over the age of 12 who got their last shot at least 5 months ago. This as Israel seeks to curb the spread of Delta as over 2 million kids head back to school Wednesday. About 23% of Israelis have taken the third jab in a rollout for older Israelis that began 4 weeks ago. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Instagram will soon require people to give their birthday on the app. Tracking birthdays, says Instagram, will make it harder for adults to message users under 18. Company warns it will be able to catch people lying about their age with artificial intelligence checking happy birthday posts. This is ABC News.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
and Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emo wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
This is ONN. On the Ohio News Network, I'm Daniel Barnett. School districts around Ohio are being disrupted by the coronavirus. Clay Gordon with affiliate station WBNS-TV in Columbus has 2 examples, one from southeast Ohio and the other east of Columbus.
Athens city schools are closed this week because of an outbreak among its school bus drivers. The outbreak is leading now to a staffing shortage. The schools plan to reopen next Tuesday. And Licking Valley High School is returning to remote learning today. The Newark Advocate says the school saw a spike in COVID-19 cases that caused more than 200 students to go into quarantine. Superintendent said students will be learning remotely until September 10th. I'm Clay Gordon.
And an effort to legalize marijuana use and sales in Ohio has cleared another hurdle on the path to getting the proposal submitted to the legislature. Karina Nova reports.
The Ohio Ballot Board, a panel of legislative appointees led by Secretary of State Frank LaRose, voted yesterday to approve the proposed statute as a single issue. The coalition to regulate marijuana, like alcohol, can now begin gathering the nearly 133,000 valid signatures needed to submit the proposed state law to the Ohio legislature, which will have 4 months to act. If it doesn't, the coalition can collect additional signatures in an effort to put the measure up for a statewide vote. Karina Nova, ONN News.
And I'm Daniel Barnett on the Ohio News Network.
The best in live and local talk returns momentarily on The Watchdog.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Washington County's largest gun show is back on Saturday and Sunday, September 25th and 26th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Admission is only $7. Kids under 12 get in free with an adult. Everyone is welcome. They offer free appraisals and have great prices on all types of firearms, modern, military, and antique. They have over 450 tables, and the food's pretty good too. They have all these tables with cash buyers on site for your used guns. Visit arhsportshop.com or you can give them a call, 724-948-3571. That's 724-948-3571 for more information. That's the Washington County Gun Show presented by ARH Sports Shop, September 25th and 26th.
From the Watchdog, here is your local weather forecast for your Tuesday. A chance of showers and thunderstorms, high of 80. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely with a low of 66. And for your Wednesday, showers and thunderstorms are likely with a high of 74. And that's your local weather forecast from the Watchdog.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
Tax the rich, feed the poor, tell there are no rich no more. I love to change the world, but I don't know what to do. So I leave it up to you. Population keeps on breeding, nation bleeding, still more feeding economy.
Name of the song? Really loved it in college. I'd love to change the world by 10 years after. And 40 years after, all you have to do is change some of the wording in that, and that's what you have today. So has anything changed? I don't know. Baseball has changed, you know. You just never know when you play the game. Yeah, but sometimes you wonder, why this guy? So let's bring in John Wayner. Why John Wayner? Well, for example, I wanted him yesterday, but he's on the golf course. Are you a better golfer than Greg Brown? Come on, you can be honest, John.
No, I'm not better than anybody.
You're a bad golfer?
I'm not a good golfer.
Okay, all right. I was a little bit shocked at the news that the Pirates fired their hitting coach. And I just don't understand it, because how can a hitting coach, with all of the changes, you know, really preach and teach what he does well when most of the guys aren't around anymore?
Well, unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast in this game. You know, it's like when guys don't succeed, or if your team's not doing as well as expectations suggest they should, somebody usually ends up being the fall guy. And Rick, I think, worked very hard with these guys, and some figured it out, some didn't. And a lot of times, well, I've always felt it's on the player. Of course, you want your guidance and help from your coaches, and they're supposed to be there to help you get better. Some get the message, some don't get the message, unfortunately, and somebody has to be held responsible. And it seems like, in this instance, Rick was. I mean, he had a good run here. I think he's respected and well-liked, and I know he's really good at his job. I've had numerous conversations with him, and I really respect him as a coach. And but he's good enough to get another job, I'm sure. But it's just kind of the way it goes. Everybody gets hired at the major league level ends up getting fired at some point.
Yeah, didn't we lose a pitching coach a couple years ago from this area?
What
was his name, Lola? The guy from the Wheeling area.
Oh, Ray Miller?
No, Ray Searage.
Ray Searage.
Yeah.
Well, Ray Searage, yeah, he obviously was a good guy too, and he worked hard, and for a while there he was considered a guru because he turned so many careers around, with A.J. Burnett and Francisco Lariano and Edinson Volquez and Jay Happ, and there were so many guys that had come over that they gave him a lot of credit for. That's not always the case, unfortunately. Usually when players do well, they don't say, "Ooh, the coach made him good." It's usually the player that's made him good. But when a player doesn't do well, it's the coach's fault. That's another nature of the beast. Coaches are always going to take the fall and take the hits when players don't meet expectations. Whereas for me, it's your career. You're responsible for your career. You take the input as you see fit from your coaches and management and everything else, and you make the most of it. And but unfortunately, like I said, it happens every year in every city. It seems like somebody takes the fall.
Yeah, and Coach Rick, maybe I'm just overusing this group of words. He had little to work with at times. He might have one student, and then that student's either going back to AAA, AA, or traded, or whatever, or released. So that was not a fun thing for him because he could really never concentrate maybe on one or two guys to help them out. I have no idea. I can't figure it out, but you're right. Maybe he's a fall guy. They needed to put his head on a platter to make people happy. But I know everybody I talked to, not very happy because he was a good dude, good coach.
Well, again, you said he didn't have much to work with, and so that makes him work harder. That makes him try to get more out of the guys that maybe don't belong, or the guys that are reclamation projects, or the guys that have failed elsewhere. I've been saying it all year long. His team has been outmatched almost every game. You know, the other teams, most of the other teams have had more talent, whether it be on the pitching mound or at the plate. And so, again, that makes coaching harder. If you have a team full of all-stars, coaching's pretty easy because they're all-stars for a reason. They're very talented. It's not the coaches that made them all-stars.
Yeah.
It's the talent that made them all-stars. And so all of a sudden, you know, you got a bunch of guys. Obviously, there's some guys having good years, like Brian Reynolds and, you know, and some others. But, you know, he's not going to get credit for Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds has always been a great hitter, you know. But the other guys that have struggled, Polanco's, I guess, would be an example. And some of the younger guys have struggled for a long time. There's a reason why they're getting an opportunity here because somebody else let them go.
Yeah. How about Mr. Tucker? You know, I'd like to see him do a little bit better.
Cole Tucker is a great guy. He's one of the best humans that you'll find. Very friendly. You know, and he's talented. Obviously, he's a first-round pick, and you know, and that's a tough case for me. I mean, he can play multiple positions. He just hasn't been able to figure it out at the plate. I've really felt that he may have gotten rushed a little bit to get to the big leagues. Maybe he needed more time in the minor leagues to figure things out. You know, I don't think he played. I know he didn't play a full season at AAA before getting to the big leagues, and he might not have even played a full season at AA before he got to the big leagues. And so, I think of McCutchen. Everybody wanted McCutchen. Everyone wanted McCutchen. He was an MVP, and he still had more time in the minor leagues than Cole Tucker did when he got first called up. And so, I think that might have been part of it. But again, you know, you have talent. Sometimes you have to figure it out. Coaches can't pull it out of you. Sometimes you got to pull it out of you. And you got to figure out how to succeed, how to make adjustments, how to deal with the failures, and how to extend the successes. And so, thus far, Cole Tucker hasn't been able to do it at the major league level. I guess there's been spurts at the minor league level that he has, but this is the ultimate. I mean, the greatest in the world are here in the major leagues, and he's going to have to figure it out here.
Yep. Did Coach Rick teach anything to make that home run slugger Yoshi what he is today?
How about him? I mean,
that's an amazing story. What I saw the other night was just unbelievable. You know, I turned the radio off after it was one out in the bottom of the ninth. Next thing I know, I'm listening to the post-game show, which is about 2 hours long. I said, he did what?
Yeah.
He did what?
Yeah, he is a guy with a lot of power. Defensively, you know, I don't know where he is right now and whether he can handle the outfield or first base, but he can swing a bat, and when he makes contact, it can go a long way. It jumps off his bat. And so, again, he's a guy that so far has figured it out with us. It didn't work for Tampa, and it didn't work for L.A. It worked for him in Japan. So far, it's working for him in Pittsburgh. A very small sample. Most hitters get hot, and some stay hot, some cool off. And the really good ones find a way to, you know, to have more success than failure. So in his case, yeah, it's been fun to watch. I think it's a great story. I have to assume they got to stay in him, keep him in there because, you know, we've lacked that power bat pretty much all year. And so with him, you know, he provides something that we haven't had a whole lot of. And so, yeah, keep him in there. Hopefully he keeps hitting homers.
Who was your hitting instructor when you were with the Pirates?
Milt May.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the former catcher.
Milt May was my hitting coach most of the time, from my rookie year through my Marlins years. When I came back, it was Lloyd McClendon, Dave Clark, I mean, for a little bit.
Dave Clark, I remember him. Okay.
You know, so,
I always in the 70s, when I got close to the Pirates coming here from Boston, I got close to the coaches like Harvey Haddock's a cool guy, Mr. Lynette, I forget his name, but I remember Bob Skinner. Would work with the hitters. And I also remember Willie Stargell working with the young hitters. So, you know, you had a pretty good 1-2 punch there.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it's again when you have guys that know how to hit. I wonder sometimes if the better hitters are better coaches, and the reason I say that is the better hitters have so much raw talent that how much do they know about hitting? You know, it's it was easier for them than others, and so they didn't have to go through the grind and have to figure out the perfect swing or make adjustments and everything else like that. But certainly, there's some clout there when you have a Willie Stargell helping you out or something like that. And Bob Skinner, I'm a big fan of his. I remember him coaching first base, or not coaching first base. I know he's coached a little bit of third base, but as a hitting coach, of course. He's a big man. I got to meet him, nice guy. I actually saw his picture today. I was in my basement, and I saw a fantasy camp thing that he had signed for me. So, good guy.
Yeah. Finally, I remember, and I think I mentioned this last week, I'm a Red Sox guy. I liked them, but now I don't know, but maybe I've become a Yankee fan. I remember Gregory Polanco and Starling Marte, their eyeballs popped out when David Ortiz behind the batting cage, while the Red Sox were taking BP, spent almost 20 minutes with them, going through their swings, their motion and everything. And he probably taught them something, but here is the veteran looking over and looking after two youngsters. So I just sat there and absorbed all of that. I said, "What a cool thing to do."
Yeah, of course. And first of all, I gotta call you out. Are you a front runner? You say I'm a Red Sox fan.
I always called you the Pittsburgh Kid. I always called you the Pittsburgh Kid.
Fan?
You're not the Pittsburgh Kid. My man Sean Casey is. How's that?
He's not even from Pittsburgh.
That's right, Upper St. Clair. No, I mean, I did an internship with the Red Sox, and day one at Fenway Park in the marketing offices, which was the PR office, I was told about the dislike of the Yankees. And I really never liked them unless the name was Yogi Berra or Joe DiMaggio. And when they didn't make any trades at the deadline, come on, you would have done something. When you tell your season ticket holders, we're here to win now, and you don't do anything, and the Yankees do what they do best sometimes, go out and get good players, and they have changed everything around, so...
Yeah, I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, that's okay. You can give it to me. I deserve it.
But I'll tell you what, that's a guy, by the way, David Ortiz, who had a ton of talent. Was pretty much let go. He was given up on by the Minnesota Twins and figured it out in Boston. And sometimes guys take a little bit longer. And I think that's what the Pirates were trying to hope for with Polanco and running him out there every day to see if he could figure it out. Maybe another team would want him and actually help him. I mean, by them playing him every day, they did him a nice favor because we all knew that they weren't going to keep him beyond this year, but they were giving him an opportunity to figure it out so he can get a job next year. I mean, he probably still will just because he has that much talent. He's still relatively young. But anytime you have a superstar like David Ortiz that's willing to help young guys, you could tell he's very proud of being from the Dominican, and he's going to help all those that he can from that nation and other Latin American players, I'm sure. And so, he was a great ambassador for the game. I mean, I'm sure some people didn't like the Red Sox because they spent money and they were good and whatever. But, there are certain guys and certain organizations you just have a ton of respect for, and certainly David Ortiz is one of those.
Yeah, what a bargain from the Minnesota Twins to the Red Sox, and he helped them win a couple of World Series. Yeah, I remember that conversation like it was yesterday, but I can't tell you what they said because I didn't understand a single word of Spanish. But I know Starling and Gregory, their eyes popped up when, Ortiz went through their batting motion and everything, and I said, how cool is this? How cool is this, a guy from the opposite team helping a couple of young guys? But cool.
I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, I'm sure that people build relationships with guys from other teams and might get tips or get ideas as what they're looking for or what they're trying to do at the plate or even from the mound and, to make it better. I mean, I think that, there is a fraternity that is in Major League Baseball, whether you're on the same team or opposing teams, to where, you have mutual respect and everybody wants to get better. Everybody wants to stick around and get paid at the end of the day. So, you're going to have that.
Let me put you in New York. You're manager of the Mets, all right? You're a fiery guy. You speak what's on your mind. Would you say anything to Baez after he hit a home run and gave a thumbs down to the fans?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but the players need to understand that the game doesn't exist without the fans. And the fans they have the right to speak their mind and to show their displeasure if a player isn't meeting expectations, and especially, your superstar players and the guys that are getting paid. There's higher expectations, like it or not. And so, of course, it might hurt some feelings, but they also got to understand that fans are passionate and they want to win. I would hope that in this day and age, I don't think anyone's getting barked at much anymore, but I'm sure they're getting, they're getting talked to, and they're going to be told that the importance of the fans. If it weren't for fans paying tickets, and if it wasn't for fans watching on TV or listening on the radio, you're not getting paid. So, suck it up, Buttercup.
When I saw that and Lindor and a couple of other players doing the same thing or agreeing with him, I thought of our friend Jim Leland, how he would handle that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want that to be a part of your culture. You want to respect not only your teammates and your organization, but you also want to respect your fans. And of course, you're going to have some fans that get on some players more so than others. And I mean, we just had it with Polanco the other day, and Polanco spoke out, and he was upset because he's a super nice guy, and in the community, he's nice to everybody. But I'm sorry, but most fans don't care about how nice you are. They care about how you perform on the field. And so, if you're out there giving effort, which Gregory Polanco did, he ran hard, and which again, I never been one to applaud playing hard, because you get paid to play hard. I mean, that's nothing. That's just the job. You go out and play hard. So I have a hard time rewarding somebody that plays hard. But he gave effort, but he didn't perform to his expectations, and so fans have every right to show their displeasure, especially if you make a mistake or you don't perform.
How about DH? Would he be the perfect DH in the American League?
Not if he doesn't hit.
Well, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. You got to hit to be a DH. Hey, one final question. Are you in Chicago with the team?
No, we're staying back doing TV from the studio. I think it's Michael McHenry and Greg Bronner in Chicago for the week doing radio.
Yeah, how strange is that? They're playing the White Sox and the Cubs, and they get to stay in the same hotel.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me get out of the wind. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Next year, actually, we got a week in New York in September. We play the Yankees and the Mets too, and so my daughter goes to school up in New York. So
where does she go?
Pace
University. I've heard of Pace. Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be pretty cool to be there for that, and just it's happened to me once before, and I think it was in Chicago, to where I spent an entire week at the hotel there, and so you get to unpack your suitcase for a change. It doesn't happen often.
Did you eat at Mike Ditka's pork chop place?
I have been there, yes. I have been to Mike Ditka's. Very good place. I've enjoyed it, among many other. It's a great city to go out and eat. There's a lot of good eating there.
Yeah. If you're ever around, I'll take you to his place in Robinson.
Yeah. He had one out here, too. He had one up in Wexford, actually. I don't think it's there anymore, but... wait a minute, maybe it wasn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was maybe it was an H. I don't know what the heck what I'm thinking of. But yeah, I've been there, and good place, good man.
All right. Okay, Pittsburgh kid.
All righty.
Hey, have fun. Bill. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you for your time and effort.
No problem. Take care, Bill.
By the way, I think there are 2 in Pittsburgh. Food is outstanding. They really give you too much. But then you get your check and you wonder, whoa, wow, it's a little bit expensive. Yeah, you're paying for the name. I can make a list of the ball players, football and baseball, who have restaurants, and they're not very good. Johnny Bench in Cincinnati, maybe the worst steak I ever had. Home Plate was it called. Ted Klazuski Steakhouse. I'd rather had a steak than at Ponderosa, although I didn't pay for it. Bench. Pete Rose had a place. I don't know if he still has a place or not. Maybe he bet on it going bankrupt. I don't know. But a lot of the ball players, when they have restaurants in it, Joe Green had a Mexican restaurant. Didn't do very well. Why? He wasn't there all the time. You got to be there. You got to be hands-on. All right, enough with that. I got to mention this. I forgot to do it while we had guests on. The Athlete of the Week, the Watchdog Athlete of the Week, is a youngster, a running back, 2 TDs. He rushed for 86 yards. Cody Martos. Congratulations, Cody of Wheeling Central. We hope to be doing this every week to acknowledge somebody that's had more than a good or maybe outstanding effort, okay? But this week belongs to Cody. A couple of touchdowns, rushing for 86 yards. He led Wheeling Central to an opening win over the Bridgers of Ambridge. All right. That's about it. Oh, on this date in 2002, I remember I got excited doing the PA. The Washington Wild Things advanced to the Frontier League Championship. They defeated Kalamazoo Kings 11-3. Two of their players who went on to AAA, and then the Yankees, Josh Loggins and Travis Copley, each hit 3-run home runs for the Wild Things. And then in the next round, they went down in Game 5. Okay? They've yet to win a championship. Maybe this is the year. All right? But there's no wild card this year in the Frontier League. You have to win your division to get into postseason, and that's a best of 5. So, okay. Best is yet to come. We're going to talk about an appearance being made in Steubenville, okay, with Eddie Olczyk. Oh, I remember him when he was with the Penguins back in the 90s. Eddie is a cancer survivor. He's written an interesting book. I think he's an excellent National Hockey League analyst. We'll be talking to a guy that helped put some of this together, a local guy. If you get the local paper, every picture, I think, in that paper of local athletes or whatever is taken by Joe Lovell. We'll be right back.
Who are these Terps? Hi, everybody. I'm Tony Caridi. That story coming up on today's Mountaineer Report, brought to us by Kroger.
What makes one head of lettuce better than another? What makes a grape greater? At Kroger, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. We're seriously serious about what goes on our shelves, so only the freshest makes the grade. That means not every leafy green leaves the field. Not every cauliflower makes the cut. So if we've got it at Kroger, you can bet your bananas that it's not just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone. At Kroger, fresh groceries are our thing, so we do freshness checks on the items in your delivery order at every step of their journey from our farms to our stores. And pick and pack every blue, raz, and strawberry in your free pickup order with the utmost care. Because we believe in treating your food the same way we'd want ours to be treated. It's the golden rule, only for fresh fruit and stuff. Order now using the mobile app. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
It's been 6 years since the Mountaineer football team last played the Maryland Terrapins. West Virginia ran away with the game, winning at 45-6. Much has changed in both programs since that last meeting. Let's bring you up to speed here with Maryland. A year ago, because of COVID, the Big Ten Terrapins, yes, Big Ten Terrapins, played 5 games, winning 2, losing 3. This is what happened. Started the year back on October the 24th, pounded by Northwestern, 43-3. Then, a couple of nice victories. Close win over Minnesota, 45-44, and at Penn State, 35-19. Then closed the year, losing at Indiana, 27-11, and then lost its final game of the season against Rutgers, 27-24. When it comes to personnel, quarterbacking will be Talia Tagovailoa. Yes, that is the brother of the current Miami Dolphin quarterback. He, last season, showed flashes of being an explosive player, completed just over 61% of his passes, and threw for over 1,000 yards in his 4 games. But his touchdown to interception ratio, a problem. He threw 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. When it comes to their receiving core, they do return their top 4 receivers, but at the running back position, they're likely to start Tayon Fleet Davis on Saturday. He appeared in just 1 game a year ago, finishing up with 26 yards on 10 carries. A reminder, the Neil Brown Show debuts Thursday from Kegler's Sports Bar. We'll be with you from 6 until 8 o'clock. That is today's Mountaineer Report, brought to us by Kroger, the official grocer of WVU Athletics. I'm Tony Caridi on the Mountaineer Sports Network from Learfield.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash, powered by the Score on the Watchdog. I'm John Thayer. The NFL Players Association has accepted the NFL's proposal to increase COVID-19 testing for fully vaccinated players amid the ongoing Delta variant surge. Fully vaccinated players will now be tested at least once every 7 days, up from once every 14 days. They will be offered the option of testing twice a week, and those with vulnerable cohabitants at home can opt for daily testing according to the protocols. The PGA Tour is preparing for the Tour Championship, which gets underway on Thursday at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta. The top 30 players from the season-long FedEx Cup standings are all that remain for the tournament. The defending champion is Dustin Johnson. Download the Score app today, lightning-fast sports alerts, so you never miss a thing. I'm John Thayer with the Sports Flash, powered by the Score on the Watchdog.
Tired of waking up hot and uncomfortable? Start sleeping cool on the Tempur-Breeze by Tempur-Pedic. It's engineered with a revolutionary cooling system that pulls excess heat away from your body to help you sleep deeper all night and wake up more refreshed every morning. The Tempur-Pedic Summer of Sleep ends soon. Don't miss our best offer of the year and your chance to get your best sleep of the summer. All Tempur-Pedic mattresses are on sale with savings up to $700 on adjustable mattress sets. Learn more at TempurPedic.com.
It's Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event with an extra 30% off top designer looks to take you from summer to fall when you use your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, get your beauty fix with 15% off this season's must-have fragrances, skincare, makeup, and more. And get it faster when you pick curbside or in-store. Or try same-day delivery powered by DoorDash right now at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA.
CA House Music has all the gear to make your music legendary. With all the best gear, including Fender, Epiphone, Yamaha, and more, CA House will have you rocking in no time. Get the most for your money with everyday low prices. And we meet or beat internet pricing. Play before you buy and let our product specialists help you pick out the instrument that's right for you. CA House Music, supporting local musicians since 1872. Play music for life.
Attorney Tom McIntyre.
Life. It may knock you down, but you don't have to say that way. I'm Tom McIntyre. I'm a bankruptcy attorney, and I'm here to help you. Give us a call, and we'll send you a copy of my free book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. It's an interesting read, and it'll explain bankruptcy to you like no other book does. Give us a call. We're here to help.
Call Thomas E. McIntyre and Associates at 304-232-8600. Allow us to help put you back on the road to financial success.
Hi, it's Hoppy Kercheval inviting you to join me weekdays, 10 till noon for a statewide talk line. We talk about the big stories affecting us in West Virginia. We talk with top political figures, sports personalities, and sometimes just us folks talking, all offering our opinions on what's happening today. 10 till noon, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
She didn't care, but anyway, I told her we'd still be friends, and she didn't care, but anyway, I tried last week for to call her, she wasn't home, but anyway, I think I'll spend my life alone, I really don't care right now, but anyway, the state of affairs and the state of emotion, the kind of thing that you must understand, I'll tell you one thing, you tell me, and then we walk away, maybe then shake hands.
And we're back. We're going to close out this segment with a gentleman I met. I forget where I met him. Either River City or the Wild Things game a long, long time ago. He's still working. Great photographer. He's everywhere. Probably doesn't get any sleep, especially on Friday and Saturdays with football games. Joe Lovell. Joe, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Hey, a big event coming up in Steubenville with one of the class acts, and I knew him when he was with the Penguins organization, Eddie Olczyk. Not only was he a decent player, a pretty good coach, he's a great hockey analyst. And every time I see his face, I know it's going to be a pretty good broadcast, especially if he ever works with Mike Emmerich, who no longer, of course, is around because he's retired. But this event in September, well, I'm going to let you take over the show. The dates, how much, and a little bit of history with Eddie Olczyk.
Oh, thanks. Eddie Olczyk, Eastern Gateway Community College presents our Herald Star Speaker Series. It's an event that we've had probably every year for over the last 12 years, except for last year. We've had some pretty big names come to Steubenville. We had them at Steubenville High School, and I believe we also had them up at the Catholic Central. There's a facility up there that we had them, so they kind of alternate. But they brought in some big names, and we decided this year to try and go forward with it. And so we went after to get Eddie Olczyk. He's also a cancer survivor, so his book he came out with was Beating the Odds in Hockey and in Life. So that was one of the main reasons when we talked about doing this. We always want to bring somebody in that's not controversial, but somebody who's really done a lot of things. And he was very big with hockey. Of course, he's big with the horse racing also.
Yes.
And he also is a pretty good, yes.
He loves the horses.
Yes, he does. And then also big cancer survivor, which back in 2000, I think it was 17,
yes,
that he came out with. Yeah, he came out 17 or 18. He actually came down with some cancer that he actually had to fight. And it took probably about, I think, less than a year before him to come out and say that he actually was cancer-free. But I guess it really took him by, like anything else, you don't expect that. After playing like you have and coached and did everything he did, that it really knocks you down. So I think he's cancer-free now, and so that's what he's going to come and talk about is his journey through hockey and also being a cancer survivor.
Yeah, that's good stuff. He's a really cool guy. Of course, I'd never really met, I've met a couple turkeys in hockey. I just like the hockey players. You never hear them complain, really. They just love playing the game. So that's September 22nd?
22nd. It's at 7:30. It's at Steubenville High School Auditorium. It's one of those events that we don't know what to expect with the COVID, obviously.
Yes,
and I will be honest with you, we really don't know. We're going forward with it. We don't know unless the school is telling us that we have to wear a mask or not. But, again, it's one of those things if you want to come, you have to deal with.
Yep, that's true. You have a phone number or a contact that people can call and inquire about tickets?
Well, we use
or buy
our
tickets.
Steubenville number.
Okay.
Or you can buy tickets. You can buy them online, but you can call our office in Steubenville at 740-283-4711. And we have three different ticket levels. We have our $25 reserve seats. We have $50 preferred seating and $85 a ticket, or 2 for $150 for the VIP. VIP gets, we have a reception with Eddie beforehand at Fralick's Classic Corner in Steubenville. Okay. We're also, we have, like I said, for about an hour, you get to have a picture taken with him. He'll sign a book that he has. And also, it's for first sitting down front in front of the auditorium. So,
all right. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. You mean you get names bigger to come to Steubenville bigger than Coach Reno? Come on. He's the mayor of Steubenville.
That's true. He really is.
Just ask him. No, I like the guy. I really love working with him, and he's invited me to a couple of games, and I've mentioned on the air, it's almost like a Division I crowd. Everybody gets there early. They can't wait. It's exciting. The band is good. The horse with the smoke coming out of his mouth after scores. It's one of the greatest atmospheres I've ever seen, whether it's college or even the pros. Because you can get, 10,000 in there?
I don't know exactly, but yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
I will say that he actually was in Martins Ferry Friday night because Steubenville played Thursday night. So Friday night we did our Hall of Honor and we honored some people and also our Sports Hall of Fame. And we inducted some players and coaches and stuff like that. And he actually was there.
Wow.
He came down close on the field. I don't know which person he was there for, but he came down and he was right there, which is very unusual to see him on a Friday night, not on the sidelines in Steubenville.
Well, yeah. Well, he's He's a good guy, well known, well liked by everybody, I think, because he beats up on everybody, it seems. But what else is he going to do on a Friday night? He wants to go to a football game, okay?
Yeah.
He's cool. He's cool. All right, man. Keep in touch with us, right? And if you need anything put on the air, just let me know or let us know here.
I will. You can also order tickets if you go to the HeraldStarOnline.com. That's where tickets are also available. HeraldStarOnline.com or the WeirdenDailyTimes.com. You can stop in the office in Steubenville, or you can call the phone number again at 740-283-4711. And I would like this, if you have time, our sponsors to help put this on. We wouldn't be able to do it without them. The Eastern Gateway Community College is our presenting sponsor.
Okay.
It's also WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, West Banco, Dan Stevens State Farm, the Wheeling Nailers, WTRF, Franciscan University of Steubenville, the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce, of course, Steubenville High School, Fraley's Classic Corner, and also the SVRTA, which is the Steel Valley Regional Transit Authority, which is going to be taking you back and forth from the school to Fraley's for our VIPs. So we have transportation there. So
yeah, DJ reminded me on the air because he gave you a nice plug the other day that the Nailers are involved, which they're a hockey team. They got to be involved. It's good.
Yes, their involvement is that they actually they sponsor tickets that were given away to 100 students to come. So they paid for those tickets. That's their sponsorship, and it allows students to actually come to the event and listen to him.
All right.
So yeah, it's like I said, it's one of those things that we hope the community comes out. It's 3 weeks away, and we want to end up filling the place. Hopefully, we can.
Yep. Got to hope. Got to keep your fingers crossed. I can't believe I'm going to say goodbye in this way. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
How about those Cowboys? See?
That's right. Dallas Cowboy fan here.
All right. Hey, that's okay. Everybody has a weakness. Everybody has a fan favorite. All right. Take care, Joe, and please keep in touch with us.
I will. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, when I first met him, I think he was wearing a Dallas Cowboy shirt. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Two guys I couldn't stand. I met him at Super Bowl 13, and I fell in love with them because they went out of their way to be interviewed after the media session was over, and that's Roger Staubach and Tom Landry. Okay, then I found out Tom Landry's good friend was Vince Lombardi. They faced each other a couple of times in the NFL games. Yeah, it's one big fraternity. Roger Staubach, what a great guy. Should ask him for a loan because he was like a zillionaire back then, too. He had his own real estate company while he was playing quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. 0-2 against the Steelers, by the way, in case you're listening, Joe. Lola, let's take a break, and maybe we have some time for the oldies and a comment on what's happening tomorrow. It happened 50 years ago at Forbes Field. No, Three River Stadium, okay? We'll be right back.
The aftermath of Hurricane Ida is rolling through the area tonight and tomorrow. Going to be some heavy rains, maybe some flooding of creeks and streams. We will follow all of that and give you all the things you need to know in the morning on the Watchdog Morning Show. Plus, as we leave Afghanistan, what will happen to the women of Afghanistan? Karen Kokasey from WVU says the women of Afghanistan could be in dire straits with the Taliban taking over. We'll talk about that. And the latest numbers and conversation about COVID as well. The Watchdog Morning Show. We begin at 7 right here.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
The Mountaineers are climbing.
And the final seconds coming off of the clock here at the 62nd Liberty Bowl.
And the best is yet to come.
It's hit and dropped. They got him again. There goes Lenny Brown. He's going to score 6. Fires it toward the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia.
Showing us all season long on your home for Mountaineer football. MSN, the Mountaineer Sports Network.
Hello, everyone. It's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. I'm a private real estate investor who can solve your real estate problems fast for cash. Do you want to sell and just be done with it? Okay, great. I buy vacant properties, boarded up houses, pre-foreclosures, and inherited properties. I also buy apartment buildings, rental portfolios, divorce homes. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. I look forward to solving your real estate problems today. Call me today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time of rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. In 10 minutes I'll be late for the door. I like that old time of rock and roll. Still like that old time of rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes my soul.
Well, we got a few minutes. Let's go over. Those were the days, my friend. I thought they would never end, but they did. And that's the way it is. Tuesday, August 31st, 2021. No, I don't sound like Walter Cronkite, but little Billy always watched the CBS News in the 60s with Walter. He started showing up in living rooms on this date back in 1963, which was his first night as anchor of CBS Evening News. He took the job over from Douglas Edwards. Don't remember him, really. No. But you know what? 3 months after he was on the job, I remember this. They show it a lot. They'll show it in late November, anniversary of assassination of JFK. Walter Cronkite breaking the news on CBS. He takes those dark glasses off. You know, everybody wore the same glasses back then, the black rims and everything. And I don't know if he was crying, but he delivered the news that the president was no longer with us. Uncle Walter. Okay, they don't make him like that anymore. Yeah, that's right, Dan Rather, I said that. Lola, actor Laurence Olivier, on this date in 1940, married a beautiful actress. Who was she?
Vivian Leigh.
You get that bottle of wine to take home.
Thank you.
Of course, I promised you that before. This was big time in 1959. The best left-handed pitcher, sorry, Randy Johnson. Sandy Koufax set a National League record by striking out 18 hitters. Wally Moon. I remember a Wally Moon baseball card. Post Cereal used to have baseball cards on the back of their boxes. It was just a picture of the guy and some notes on what nothing was on the back. Those were worth a lot of money, and I would throw those boxes of cereal away. Stupid me. LA down the Giants 5-2. Sad note on this date in 1969, boxer Rocky Marciano died in an airplane crash near Newton, Iowa on this day, the day before his 46th birthday. One of the all-time greats. One of the all-time greats. Why do I have this circled? I don't want to talk about another death, but it was very big on this date in 1997. I remember I was packing up at the Steelers facilities when everybody was watching TV in the cafeteria. Diana, Britain's Princess of Wales, was killed in an early morning car crash in Paris, France. Titanic on 1998 became the first movie in North America to earn more than $600 million. For those of you that might be listening in the Denora area on your computer or whatever, on this date in 1990, Ken Griffey and his son Ken Griffey Jr. were the first father and son teammate combo to play on the same baseball team, the Seattle Mariners. Both men hit singles in the first inning. Wow. Couldn't bet on that, could you? Well, I guess back then you could bet on anything. And that was September 14th. They also hit back-to-back home runs in a game at California. I don't remember that. Can you imagine father and son hitting back-to-back home runs in a major league game? That's unbelievable. That is really unbelievable. I had a stat here that I circled. Now I don't know where it is. I found it truly amazing, and now I can't find it. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Was it Mark Spitz? No, he won a couple of medals in 1972, fourth and fifth gold medals. Guys and gals are now winning 6 and 7. You know what I mean? All right, I can't find it. It was about a track star. Okay, Lola. Buddy Hackett. You want to know his real name?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Leonard Hacker. I'm glad he changed his name. I remember our wedding night in Vegas. Then we went to Cancun, where we didn't have that good of a time because it was raining all the time. I went to Caesar's Palace, front row seat. Somebody from Allegheny Airlines paid for it or whatever. Buddy Hackett approaches me and talked about my bad hairpiece in front of all these people. What did I do? I just smiled. At least he acknowledged me.
What can you do?
Yeah. And I said to Mary Ann, is it crooked? She said, you ought to just take it off. And I did. People next to us probably thought I was nuts. But Buddy Hackett was one funny guy. Arthur Godfrey. You remember him, Lala? Arthur Godfrey Hour?
I don't remember watching it or anything.
Yeah, he was pretty popular. Played the fiddle or whatever. He was also did the commercials for Lipton Tea. Richard Basehart. You've heard of him, right?
Yeah.
He was the bad guy that Moby Dick killed, I think. I'm not sure. But he was also the star, I loved it, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Ooh. Is he still living? Oh, no, he died in 1984. All right. I think that's it. Okay, Cleveland Indian fans, Frank Robinson. He was the first to win MVP in the National League and American League. But 1975, because this was a big story back then, the Boston Globe Sports, which I'd worked for on Friday nights, taking in high school football game, Frank Robinson became the first man of color to manage in Major League Baseball. And what did he do? He was player, manager, hit a home run in the first game. Played for the Angels, the Dodgers, the Indians, the Baltimore Orioles. He was Rookie of the Year, MVP. He was one of the all-time great right-handed hitters, passed away in 2019. Here it is. I got it, Lola. I think I could do this. Tell me if you agree. Edwin Moses, birthday today, 1955. He was an Olympic gold medalist for the United States, 1976 and 1984. 400-meter hurdles. He was the first athlete to use 13 strides behind hurdles. I could do that, Lola. That's only 13 strides.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Would I fall on my ass?
You never even make it to the first hurdle.
That's what I like about you. You're honest. Van Morrison, you like them? Yeah. Notice I said them. That was the song group he was with. He wrote Gloria. My favorite Van Morrison song, oh, come on. I was singing it on my way here. Not Domino, Brown Eyed Girl. And Richard Gere, big fan?
Here? Yeah.
Officer and Gentleman, I think that was one of his best. Pretty Woman, that was good. American Gigolo, I failed that audition. Looking for Mr. Goodbar, what was that about?
Interpersonal relationships.
Okay. And then he did a movie with Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was the bad guy, the Jackal. He's 2 years older than me. I didn't realize that. All right, here we go with the oldies. I got to mention this because my aunt and uncle, they wore out Nat King Cole, and in 1950 had the #1 song, Mona Lisa. I will mention this, 1966, the #2 song. I'm going to close it with this, The Happenings. See You in September. Be good. Talk to you on Thursday.